The Divine Kings of Egypt. In 1798, Napoleon Bonaparte and his French troops conquered Egypt. They were the latest in a succession of foreign forces, Persians, Greeks, Romans, Arabs, and Turks, to dominate in the wake of the pharaohs. The expedition's reports of countless temples, tombs, and monuments lining the banks of the Nile, the remnants of an ancient yet sophisticated civilization, helped to spark a new interest in the region that has not abated. The power of ancient Egypt, at its zenith circa 1450 BC, extended from the border with Libya in the west to the river Euphrates in the east, and from the Nubian deserts in the south to Syria in the north. But the heart of the empire lay, as it always had, along the Nile. The riverbanks were a haven from the surrounding deserts in which the Egyptians could nourish their own unique vision of the world. A stark duality, harsh desert versus fertile river margins, was woven deeply into Egyptian thought. Even after political unification in circa 3100 BC, there were always two Egypts: Lower Egypt, the delta of the Nile, and Upper Egypt, from Memphis at the apex of the delta and along the river to its upper reaches at Aswan, were represented by the gods Seth and Horus, respectively. Religion continued to offer diversity, and a variety of creation myths were to be found in different cults that flourished in the major cities, such as Heliopolis and Memphis. Myths were expressed in Egyptian iconography, hieroglyphics, and ritual, but no one version of a story was held to be authoritative. However, these views of the world's origins did contain certain fundamental ingredients, namely those primary sources of life that the Egyptians saw about them: the Nile waters, with its life-giving annual flooding, and the sun, whose gods were uppermost in Egypt's pantheon, with Re of Heliopolis, the supreme solar deity. The ultimate development of Egypt's belief system was the principle of god kingship. Thought to be descended from the gods, the pharaohs linked the land, people, and universal deities. Egyptian religion was a cult of the pharaoh's ancestors, with the attendant rituals conducted in temples, open only to priests and the king himself. Indeed, so pervasive was the presence of the gods and goddesses in every aspect of life that there was no separate world to denote religion. The gods, the world, and the planets were all part of the same cosmic order, known as Mat, which humans sought to maintain.